everyone, it's your girl Layla. Welcome back to my channel.
No matter what they try, I'll stay by your side. It's you and
So today I thought I would film a life update because I kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger back on my previous life update. I feel like I want to do more of these and more personal content, so if you are interested, definitely check out my channel membership. I have it linked in the description box below for Apple users, and for my Android girlies, you can just click the join button beside my username. But basically, I opened up to you guys last summer about what was going on with my life. I thought I would film this as a get ready with me because I am gonna film like a couple videos today. This is my first filming day for like the past 3 weeks because I've been away. So let's get right into it. So I've done my primer and foundation already, except for my eyeshadow primer, because I just wanted to get the boring stuff out of the way first. This is just the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer, and that's what I'm using today. This product is almost out. I am obviously going to be giving you guys a life update and not just talking about the products, but I do want to briefly talk about the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using in today's video because it is beautiful. Like, it is so stunning. So I got sent this by cbeauty and it looks like this. This is the packaging. How cute is that? I freaking love this. cbeauty Mall is actually a place that has affordable makeup and their packaging is absolutely stunning. So yeah, this is just the outside of this one. I already cracked this open because I had to see it, but it opens up like this, and this is definitely very attention to detail. The inside of the packaging is really cute as well, and we haven't even gotten to the product yet, you guys. So this is the beautiful Color Rose palette, and look at how stunning this packaging is. I totally forgot to bring this with me when I went on my trip recently. I barely wore any eyeshadow, but for days when I was wearing eyeshadow, the 1 or 2 days that I did, it was definitely more in neutral shades. So this palette is very me. Just look at the front of this, you guys. It looks like a piece of artwork. It's absolutely stunning. So yeah, this is the Color Rose palette. The back is just a mirrored back, which is nice because you can actually use it as a mirror. It's actually really handy. And there is the expiration date on here, which is 2026. The front clasp looks like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and open it. It is so pretty. It has a full-size mirror on the inside, perfect for traveling. And then the palette itself is very me type colors. So this is what the palette looks like on the inside. I'm going to be using this in today's video. And look at how beautiful this is. Like, it's just a piece of artwork. The shadows are actually embossed, which is really cool. So we're gonna see how this works today. If you guys are interested in checking out this eyeshadow palette, I will leave it in the description box below. So let's get right into the video. Let's get right into the life update. It's always hard picking out the first color that I'm gonna use. I'm always like, which one is the closest to my skin tone, or which one is going to blend really well? Oh, this is so cute. It actually has the name of the palette right here embossed in the bottom of the palette. This is the Color Rose Western Antique palette. So I'm just gonna take this color right here, the one that's super neutral. They're all super neutral, but I just want a blending color. Okay, so the last time I left you guys with a life update was last summer when I was dealing with my work situation and this girl basically taking my hours and me going through this whole stressful situation. If you guys want to watch that life update, I will leave it in the description box below. It was basically talking about how I was a full-time content creator most of last summer. So if you guys want to check out that video, I'll leave it down in the description box below, but I'm not going to repeat all that was said in that video. Since that point in time, I have gone back to work. I'm not a full-time YouTuber anymore. It's not sustainable when you don't have the views, when you don't have the subscribers. I think that honestly, to be a full-time content creator, you have to have at least maybe 100K subscribers or something like that. Like, I don't see anything below that because YouTube is so just dependent on how many views you get and how successful your videos are. That's when you get paid. So I have been struggling the past year or so because, as you guys know, I had like strikes on my channel and stuff like that from doing DH content and that sort of thing. So my channel has been, you know, it went from growing, tons of views, me getting paid every month to me getting paid every other month. And that's been the struggle, and that's been the pattern for this year because I can't create the content here that I love doing. I have to do it on Patreon. So shout out to my Patreon if you guys want to follow that. It's always in the description box below as well. But basically, I went back to work back in September, and I haven't filmed a life update since then because, you know, I'd be really slow when it comes to videos and posting and stuff. I'm super behind on my hiking content. I'm super behind on vlogs. So why wouldn't I be super behind on, you know, life update? I went back to work and it's been pretty good. Like, I've gotten some exciting projects. Like, I just got back from Fort McMurray and I did vlogs up there, more of like a travel style vlog. I obviously didn't take you guys into work or anything like that, but I did sort of like a travel series, which I'll be posting, I'm hoping soon, because Vlogmas is coming up and everything like that. Vlogmas should essentially be a little bit easier for me this year because of my hours at work and stuff like that. I thought it was going to be easier last year, but it really wasn't. So we're gonna see how it goes this year. I'm gonna try to be successful this Vlogmas and be posting every day because last one was an epic fail with all my freaking strikes on my channel and stuff like that. So yeah, this is how it's looking so far. I think it looks pretty good. I really like the neutral colors, and I find that, you know, the formula is slightly powdery, but it actually blends really well. I haven't had an issue blending so far, so I am taking a darker shade for the outer corner. But yeah, that's what I basically wanted to talk about today, is just updating you guys on the stuff that has been going on lately. So I went back to work in September, and that was definitely like a change, but I needed to come back, or not even September, it was like mid-August. And I definitely had to come back because my work wasn't paying me a whole lot to be off, obviously. I was lucky that I was getting paid at all, but we do have paid sick time. And honestly, I needed the time off. I never in my life had 2.5 months off of work before. I started working when I was 15 years old. So I have been working like more than half my life already. Like, I've been working a lot since I was 15. I never was without a job at all in that point in time. So I didn't realize how burnt out I was until, you know, my first week off and I didn't have to go to work. That's when I realized how burnt out I was. I literally slept for like, not even joking, like 2 weeks of the first part that I was off. The first 2 weeks I slept a lot. I was in bed for like 14 hours a day. I don't know if it was partially because I was also dealing with all the emotions I was feeling, and like, I didn't think I had job security, you know, somebody was just gonna basically take my hours from me, stuff like that. Like, I just was a mess, and no one really talks about burnout with healthcare workers, but burnout is a real thing. And I feel like I was burnt out since 2020, since that year, because that year I was probably one of the only very select few people at my work that didn't have to quarantine at any point. A lot of the people with kids had to take, you know, 2 weeks off here and there every time there was an exposure and stuff. You guys remember how 2020 was. 2020 was a little bit, you know, I just want to forget about it completely. But I was basically one of the only ones that stayed healthy for the whole year, picked up a bunch of overtime, picked up a bunch of shifts, and stuff like that. And holy, this color is so beautiful. I love it. That eyelid color, oh my gosh. So back then I picked up a bunch of shifts, worked a whole lot, didn't take any time off, haven't gone on vacation. It's been like crazy. And I knew that I was starting to burn out, but I didn't realize how bad it was until I had my time off and I realized how burnt out I was, how much I just needed to take time for myself. And that's what the point in today's video is that if you're feeling like you're struggling mentally, physically, whatever the case may be, you're really tired, you're really fatigued, you should really consider just taking a break and taking some time off, because that's not so normalized these days. It's really not. Like, I know a lot of people talk about their mental health and how, you know, like Gen Z or whatever has a really bad work ethic. They don't want to work anymore. They don't want to put the time in. They don't want to put, like, they don't want to work weekends. They don't want to work nights. They don't want to mess with their life and everything. And it's really not a great, what is it called? Like, work ethic anymore from this next generation. But honestly, like, I feel like us millennials are freaking tired, okay? And if you are struggling at all, I definitely would consider, if you can, if you have paid sick time and stuff like that, take time off, deal with your stuff, get some rest for once in your career, once in your life, and you'll feel a lot better. So after this much needed 2 weeks of rest, I really got into, you know, just doing stuff that I love, like YouTube. So I was off work, but I was still working on my YouTube channel, doing stuff that I actually loved doing. And I was able to go to the mountains quite a lot in the summer, which you know, mountains are my happy place. And I think it was a whole like mental health reset for me, because not only was I dealing with, you know, stuff emotionally, but I was physically exhausted also. And I was dealing with my emotions a lot. I was dealing with like a lot of ups and downs and ups and downs. And I think I mentioned to you guys in my first life update video, when I found out what was happening, I literally cried for 6 hours straight. I don't like that my coworkers had to see me cry and stuff like that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not like super emotional. And I think it was a little bit surprising for them too, but oh my god, I need to get my eyebrows done. My eyebrows are a hot mess. I haven't gotten them done since like September or August or something, so I need to go get them threaded. Side note. But this palette has been amazing. You guys should definitely check it out. I'm done with it right now. Actually, I'm gonna do a little under eye stuff, but as far as what it looks like, it's very cute, neutral palette, very nice set of colors, very good for like every day, and it actually blended pretty well. What do you guys think? It's always hard to see my outer edges and stuff like that because I have like volume lashes. So I'm just gonna maybe add a little bit more of the darker shade just to smoke it out a bit. I just really needed the time to reset because I was going through definitely a roller coaster of emotions. I should have started therapy back then because my work does offer like a lot of money for therapy and stuff like that. So that's what I want to be starting with in the new year. I didn't take advantage of it this year at all, which I'm really sad about, and I obviously clearly needed some help last summer because I was not doing well in the beginning. When I came back to work, I was definitely ready to go back to work, even though I didn't necessarily want to go back, but I felt like I had to because I felt like I had to, I don't want to give a lot away, so it's really hard to talk about, but basically I had to go to like this trial type situation, and I lost, but I had a doctor's note that basically stops me from working nights now because, as you guys know, I did a video on it already last summer, is that I have thalassemia. So I am basically chronically anemic, and working nights is really hard on my body. I think it's really hard on a lot of people's bodies, but especially if you've done it for so long. Like, I worked nights for 4 years, and I was just really noticing a change in me, and you know, I had fainting spells and dizzy spells and all of the stuff that, you know, is not normal, because I'm generally such a healthy person. The only thing that I have, that I know of anyways, is my anemia or my thalassemia, which I was born with. But yeah, so the only thing that's really changed at work is that I don't work nights anymore, so that's great. And I got to do, like I said, a really fun project. I got to travel for work to launch some software, which was a lot of fun. I met some really cool people up there, and I got to experience the Northern Lights, which was really cool. It's very, very common over there, so the people that live there are not really, they're not really excited about stuff like that anymore because they see it all the time. But for me personally, I was so excited to see the Northern Lights, especially after work, you know, just going to the river and stuff and seeing the Northern Lights. It was an amazing experience, so I had a lot of fun there. So I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy my travel vlog when I do post it. I'm really hoping I only have one travel vlog, because I honestly just need to catch up on my content, and yeah, I just need to catch up on my content. I know that I will next month because it's Vlogmas, and I'll be posting like every day, so make sure you stay tuned on my channel and support me during Vlogmas. It's usually a really hard time for me because I'm just so busy. I don't have time for a lot of things in December, and that's like the struggle that I constantly deal with every year, is balancing like friends, family, and doing YouTube videos, uploading every single day. And it's a struggle, but we're gonna try to work through it, and we're gonna try to be successful this Vlogmas. But yeah, I love this stuff. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray, the green tea, cucumber, and aloe one from Sephora. Really, really great stuff. For my blush and stuff today, I use the NARS Orgasm X. I was gonna say eyeshadow palette. It's not an eyeshadow palette. It is a blush and highlight palette that I have been obsessed with lately. Orgasm was my first blush that I ever finished, like, of all time. I finished a full-size one of this quite a while ago, but it is my favorite. I think it looks great with my skin tone. Doesn't last all day, but it's a great blush. And then I use this highlighter over here. And yeah, that is all for my makeup. I think I'm gonna try to find a lip color. So I'm feeling a purple lip today. I don't know why, like a purpley berry toned lip. So I'm gonna be using this lip combo. This one is by MAC. It's called Hollywood Charisse. Looks like this. And then I'm gonna be using the Date Night Dazzle Glass, which is my favorite lip gloss of all time. So that is gonna be my lip combo for today. So yeah, just to conclude, I'm hoping you guys got a little bit of insight in this video about, you know, I don't really open up a whole lot online, I feel like. And if you guys thought, oh my gosh, she's having the summer of her life, she's having this amazing time doing all these hikes and stuff like that. Yeah, I did a lot this summer for my mental health, and that's it. Like, it's the first time I ever put myself first before anything or anyone else. And it was the first time I was able to really like just be selfish. It was definitely the reset that I really needed, and I'm glad I got to take the time and experience a lot more than I would have this summer if I just worked the whole entire time and, you know, had been stressed out. And like I said, I was in burnout mode. I already knew that for a really long time, so it was just a really good time to relax, reset, and just really work on myself and my mental health, and, you know, come back to work kind of like feeling renewed and re-inspired again. So that's what my experience was, and that's my best advice to give you, is that if you're feeling like you're struggling or you are losing hope in a situation, don't. Just take time for yourself, you know, be selfish. Figure out what it is that makes you happy, and do a bunch of that. So for me, obviously you guys know that is being outside, being in the mountains, going hiking. I love going camping. That is like a new love of mine. That's what I figured, that I was always one of those people that really loved the idea of going camping. I knew that I could do it. There was a lot of people just that didn't believe in me, saying like, I don't think you could ever go camping, you're just not that type of person. I finally did it, not even in the summer, before summer, and I love it so much. I love it. I love being able to prove people wrong like that. Like, you say I can't do something, but I absolutely can, and I absolutely will. So I just had so many just great experiences, and I'm so happy that I'm able to conclude this year at peace with myself and my emotions and how I'm feeling. And I really did enjoy being a full-time YouTuber for a while. I know it's not sustainable for me or my channel or my lifestyle, but I really did enjoy it, and I would love to get to that point one day to where I didn't have to worry about money, and that I was making, you know, making bank from YouTube and being able to focus on this, on my passion as my full-time job. I would love that someday. It's just not in the cards for me at this very moment, because, you know, I would need a surge of subscribers. I would need like a surge of views and everything like that to sustain my life, and that would have to be consistent every month, and that's just not how it is right now. So I'm just hoping to work really hard in the next little bit. I have a bunch of ideas. When I run out of ideas, that's gonna be like the biggest problem of my life. When I know that everybody gets writer's block and some point, but I do have a lot of ideas and stuff that I want to do on this channel. I want to get back to my MMIW videos, which I mentioned before. It just takes a lot out of me. Those cases are so heartbreaking that it takes a lot of emotion out of me, and it takes a lot for me to do those videos. So I haven't done them in a while because I haven't been in the proper headspace to do them. They just get me in a really depressed mood after I film those, but I know that it's really helpful for awareness and stuff like that, and I do want to do those eventually. I have a bunch of perfume reviews that I want to do as well, and just a lot of content ideas I have in my head, as well as my hiking content as well, because I just have to catch up on that. I filmed a bunch of really beautiful hiking vlogs in the past, you know, since September. So I'm still posting those right now. So I totally forgot my eyebrows. I totally forgot to do that. My eyebrows and my lashes. Okay, so my lashes are super easy. I just use the LLBA coating sealant for lash extensions. And that is just gonna go on my lashes. This really, really does help with retention and all of that stuff. LLBA is actually the brand of my lashes. And then I'm gonna take this Etude House eyebrow pencil. Usually I would have done this like earlier in the video, in the beginning, before I even started doing this tutorial, because I don't like coming on YouTube with like unfilled brows. But I totally forgot this step in my routine, which is really annoying. This is my favorite brow pencil. You can get this on Shein, which is actually very surprising. I didn't know that Etude House was on Shein, but I used to buy this from Rose Shop on eBay all the time. I would just order this very, you know, specifically from Korea. It's been my favorite for a while. It's just the best match for my eyebrows. And I find that the ones here in the stores, in Canada at least, are not ashy enough. You know, my hair is very cool toned. I tone my hair all the time. And I feel like the brow stuff here is very warm toned and not super ashy. So if you guys are looking for a good brow pencil, if you're blonde, this is a really good brand to check out. So finally, my brows are done. That is all for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed this life update. I will see you guys soon in my next video. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead, click that subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you all soon. Bye.
I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. before. Fell in love with my